independent black woman. I don't need no man, and I'm gonna get Whitey. I'm going to get Whitey, and I'm going to lock Donald Trump up, just like Letitia James, right? And she goes, now you're going to elect me, and I'm going to lock him up. We're going to get Trump. Like the way they talk and their little DEI Shaniqua voices. They all have the same voice. I'm talking about Kamala Harris, Letitia James, and Fannie Willis. Like meritless DEI Shaniquas talk the same way. It's very obnoxious.
Well, I've told you guys that the far right conservatives the ship is leaking oil, man, and everybody's turning on each other. They running for their lives. They're trying to save themselves. They kicking and knocking people over, throwing people in the water. The Titanic is sinking, man, and they are going crazy. So now you have Laura Loomer. She's going crazy on Candace Owens because Candace Owens, ever since Charlie Kirk has been unalive, she's been on a crusade to say that this is a setup and the small hats and Tyler Robinson is innocent. And there's a lot of W folks that are very upset with her, right? And now they see her as a black woman again, right? When she thought she was accepted, man, they going crazy. So Laura Loomer goes off on Candace Owens and nasty racist rant. The far-right Trump ally used anti-black slurs and a heated attack on Owens, adding more fuel to the ongoing fight between two of the right's most controversial voices. Laura Loomer once again taking things all the way too far. In a heated rant shared on X, the far-right activist and Trump ally hurled racial insults at Candace Owens, calling her a nappy-headed black bee and a resentful ghetto black bee, and launching into a stream of personal attacks that went far beyond political disagreement. I'm not afraid of Candace Owens. I'm happy to match her energy. I'm happy to wrestle in the mud with that, roll around and hurl insults back and forth with her, and that's what she wants to do. There's really honestly nothing that this woman can do to me. There's nothing that Candace Owens can say about me that's going to harm me, Loomer ranted. She continued, Candace Owens is a liar, okay? She's deeply insecure woman who is very uninvolved at the end of the day. This is a woman who is allegedly in a relationship with a LGBTQ man who is always going to feel the rejection of her family. Your husband hates you. Humanity hates you. Everybody who loved Charlie Kirk hates you. Your children are 100% going to hate you. And if what Milo is saying about your husband allegedly getting plunged in the by another blank is true, damn, man, listen. She basically saying that the husband is funny style, right? The husband is funny style. But let's go and visit some of the very nasty and vile things that Laura Loomer was actually saying in this video, and we'll come right back.
And for some reason, there's a lot of people that are really afraid of this nappy-headed black who just has a lot to say, but not really a lot to offer. So I'm not afraid of Candace Owens, and I'm happy to match her energy. I'm happy to wrestle in the mud with that bitch, roll around and hurl insults back and forth with her if that's what she wants to do. I'm not afraid of Candace Owens. There's really honestly nothing that this woman can do to me. There's nothing that Candace Owens can say about me that's going to harm me. Candace Owens is a liar, okay? And she's a deeply insecure woman who is very unloved at the end of the day. This is a woman who is allegedly in a relationship with a gay man who is always going to feel the rejection of her family, the rejection of her mother, the rejection of her family that she claims left her alone when she was 14 years old, right, to fend for herself. This is a girl whose parents gave up on her at a very young age, and she is not loved. And as I said, God hates you, Candace. God hates you. Your husband hates you. Humanity hates you. Everybody who loved Charlie Kirk hates you. You are 100% going to hate you. And if what Milo is saying about your husband allegedly getting plunged in the men is true, your husband, the person that you're supposed to grow old, hates you, Candace. So just, there's one thing that you need to do, Candace. You need to just internalize how hated you are, okay? Just understand how much oxygen you're stealing and what a shame it is, how much oxygen you are robbing from this planet. I think there needs to be like a quota on the oxygen that Candace is allowed to consume. Just understand how hated you are. I just want you to internalize every single time you do your show and you think that you are, spreading your truth. Just internalize how hated you are, Candace, and just know that you are truly irredeemable. Nothing you say or do is ever going to be able to redeem your dark soul and your dark heart. You're never going to. In many ways, Candace Owens is doing the same thing with Tyler Robinson. She is trying to make people empathize with Tyler Robinson the same way people like Luigi Mangione and the Young Turks have tried to make people empathize with Luigi Mangione, to make him out to be an innocent figure, somebody that you can sympathize with either through conspiracy theories or arguments of class warfare or arguments based off of demonization and conspiracy peddling, which is what Candace Owens is doing as it pertains to her demonization of Erika Kirk and Turning Point USA. It doesn't matter what the tactic is. It's the same goal at the end of the day. Whether it's Hassan Piker, whether it's Candace Owens, whether it's Tucker Carlson, whatever it may be, these people are engaged in the glorification of assassination culture. Now, I argued on last week's episode of Loomer Unleashed that Tucker is doing this with President Trump. You see, President Trump has been accused of being the Antichrist by Tucker Carlson. So calling somebody an Antichrist is very much like calling them a Nazi or calling them some other name that invokes the same type of emotional response. I actually think it's worse than calling somebody a Nazi or calling somebody Hitler, because it brings about feelings and anxiety of end times. And the only reason why somebody would want to label somebody like President Trump as an Antichrist is if they were hoping that one of their lunatic followers would go out there and assassinate them, right? Or carry out some type of very violent act to exude harm. You see this in the way that Candace Owens recently said that Erika is like a robot and she doesn't know if Erika would bleed if somebody, and maybe somebody should find out. And now we see Candace Owens followers saying things like, oh, I volunteer to do this job. Again, whether it's Tucker calling Trump the Antichrist, whether it's Hassan Piker calling for Republicans to be murdered and saying that the streets need to run red with the capitalists, and we're going to play those clips for you.
So Laura Loomer is, she's one of the top advisors to Donald Trump. She has the ear and the direct phone line to Donald Trump. And Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, what's the girl, Kelly, that blind lady, that blind. She's always on there doing her racist rants. So many of them have turned against Trump. So many of them have turned against Trump. They said Trump is running this country into the ground. And he has a lot of dark, satanic people around him, right? There's dark energy, dark forces around Donald Trump. And Donald Trump said after he was president the first time, he had a lot of people around him he didn't trust. And there was a lot of things he wanted to do that he couldn't do. So now when he came back with a whole new team, and he moving different, right? And these people are upset because he's doing things his way, right? I don't agree with a lot of that stuff he's doing, but he's doing it the Donald Trump way, right? So Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, all those people that campaigned for him, they've turned on him now. So many of the people that was actually working for him, the FBI director, the woman at first, he got rid of her, that blind, right? You had all these blinds that was in there, ain't no telling what they was doing in that White House, right? They all since left. But Candace Owens, she responded to the stuff, these allegations about her husband and everything that this Laura Loomer lady has said. Check this out.
This is a real clip of Laura Loomer when she did Alex Jones a few years ago. Take a listen.
But what are they doing? I want to know what people are actually going to do. My life is ruined. Does anybody understand how ruined my life is? I'm sick of it. I don't want to listen to people tell me that I'm a conspiracy theorist. They don't know what it's like to be me. My life is ruined, Alex.
We can look at her to understand the erraticism of Donald Trump. That's his top advisor. According to her, multiple times a day, she speaks to him on the phone. One of the first phone calls he made after attacking Iran was to Laura Loomer. Laura Loomer is trending for a tweet that she directed to me yesterday that upset a lot of people. It upset them because it was just so shockingly dark and demonic. This is the tweet that I am referring to that's trending. It's directed to me after yesterday's episode. She said, "God hates you," at Real Candace O. It's why he gave Charlie to Erika and why you didn't even get to say goodbye to him. God hates you. Look in the mirror and internalize how much God hates you. We all hate you. Humanity hates you. And you are irredeemable. And this caused a reaction across the internet. I think like 6,000 people replied to that tweet alone in a ratio. And I think I was going, why are people surprised by this? And I realized they don't know who Laura Loomer is. And I think maybe these people don't take us literally when we say that Trump, that's one of his top advisors, is surrounded by people who are quite literally in need of an exorcism. I'm not saying that for dramatic effect. I am saying literally he is surrounding himself with people that are, I think, demonstrably demonic, right? Like that's what people were so like, that's just demonic. That's very straight. It doesn't hurt anybody's feelings. It makes me uncomfortable to be around you. That seems like you worship Baal. That's why you would say something like that. That's a very weird thing to say.
So you have so many people turning against Trump, man. It's Alex Jones, Megyn Kelly, Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, was Marjorie Taylor Greene, Mike Johnson, was it it's so many of them. Mike Pence, that was his former vice president. Now they know that he's on his way out soon, and they're people vying for position for the next president that's going to come in. So he's not going to have a lot of allies and friends going down, going down the stretch, right? But the ship is leaking oil. They're trying to start over, get a whole new candidate, make him public enemy number one. He's going to be enemy amongst the Democrats, amongst the Republicans, everybody. He don't care, man. He's in office getting rich. And that's what he's doing, man. He's an old guy. He's getting all the money he can get. Everybody's going against him. He's calling them low IQ. But this is what happened. This is hate going against hate. I don't feel sorry for Candace Owens because Candace Owens doesn't like the black community. She says she married for IQ, and she was with that W. She made all kinds of money looking down on the black community. She's going hard for Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk did nothing but disrespect and talk down on the black community. So why would I feel sorry? She got into bed with them people. They're talking about her, and she's getting everything she deserved from those people because that's what she chose. That's the bed she chose to lay in. That ain't none of our business. And she's not even FBA anyway. Right? She made that choice, so now she got to lay in that bed, right? But Laura Loomer, she's one of those people, man, from that side that always she disrespects black people. That's just what she does. But y'all gotta let me know what y'all think, man. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV, leave your comments in the comment section. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.